It's gaming time, folks. Jimvitational play-ins. The Sapphire bracket. We've got HumYum versus Stratos, also known as I'm the Dome Ace. And this is quite the matchup. HumYum is a newcomer, but an absolute rising star. She famously placed 3rd place in ADV Revival. As a very new player, started playing so recently. Stratos, on the other hand, a much more experienced gamer in the world of Gen 3 OU. So this is very much the old versus the new. Who will triumph? Who will do it? We've got a HumYum lead situation. Going for the rock slide in the face of Zapdos there. And it's a toxic Jirachi from Stratos. We're looking at a Fortress team. HumYum could have Fortress herself, honestly. With Yama Blissey revealed. Could be another Fortress squad. Oh, it's a Magneton team. That's going to earn a trap on Fortress right there. That's in HP Fire range. That's a good start. And I would not be surprised to see a Claydol from HumYum. It looks like a kind of spike control sort of build with Magneton Claydol type thing. And a Breloom from Stratos. That's more aggressive than I expected on a Fortress team. That's interesting. I like it. Whoa. Pursuited. That Salaman's on the way out. I'm not sure who's ahead here. Fortress is gone, but the spike remains up. This could be, if you got a Claydol, this could be an opportunity to maneuver it in. If you do have one. No, you just go for a knockoff. That's pretty massive on a Jirachi. That's going to get rid of a lot of chip healing over the course of this game. That's huge. Breloom still has a Spore up its sleeve, I believe. Didn't click Spore last time. Clicked just Sky Uppercut. Just goes for Sky Uppercut again, actually. I mean, why commit to Spore? You don't necessarily have to. Goes for it this time, though, and HumYum successfully sacrifices Magneton, which is the least useful Pokemon on the team, so that's a good sleep sack right there. And Stratos said nice in the chat, complimenting the play. That was a good move. The double back to Magneton, because there was a bit of a mind game there on who you're going to sack sleep to. And notably, the whole team is revealed and there's no Claydol after all. This, by the way, is a Choice Band Salamence that has now been eliminated. Going for the HP Fly there because it was trapped anyway. So the main win condition, good Earthquake. Is Jirachi bulky enough to live another Earthquake? Could be a roll. It was a roll. And did live. Oh. Just barely shy of KOing, but the burn will finish it off. And this is interesting. Still one unrevealed Pokemon from Stratos. What could it be? Suicune is a strong win condition to have here. Goes for counter. Expecting a Sky Uppercut to come down. I like a Hariyama with counter. That's a fun set. Not commonly seen, but it's good. It can get a bait in. So HumYum has the Blissey answer for this Zapdos every time, but it's under pressure from this single layer of spikes, which is really going to show the power of spikes, folks. Just one layer is applying a lot of pressure over the course of this game. And another Roar, correctly predicting the incoming Blissey multiple times here, racking up a lot of chip damage with these Roars. Well, HumYum lost to inactivity. Oh no. HumYum was out of time there. Had 10 seconds on the clock. Well. It was looking not great, but there was definitely a path to victory. If you heal up Blissey, Suicune is a great win con. You just have to be wary of this Breloom. But I will say Stratos has a really good offensive generator in Breloom, which hits everything pretty hard. It's pretty difficult for Suicune to come in and like rest up. If it ever rests, it is under pressure from Focus Punch. I think Breloom is a great breaker in this endgame for Stratos, so Probably he would have won, but it could have gone either way. It was definitely not over. So that's an unfortunate loss to inactivity there. That's the first time I've seen such a thing. But here we go to game 2. And it's a Flygon lead. Did not go for the Ice Beam, went out to Skarmory, trying to get some early layers, as you should, folks. That's a good way to play. Get early layers. And it's a mag team from Stratos this time. And we got the takes, the Doug on the mag. And that's now out of the picture. That is kind of a momentum loss when you do that, because you get locked into Earthquake, but it's useful getting rid of mag. Sometimes mag can be annoying. It can toxic stuff, be a bastard. And Blissey very easily handles that Gyarados. Checking it. Stratos respecting Thunderbolt as you should, and it is indeed Thunderbolt to Blissey. But that's an attack raise from the Metagross here, which is powering through this Celebi. There is a Leech Seed for support. Celebi can recover, but it would be vulnerable to an explosion. Going to Claydol, and in comes a Houndoom unexpectedly. Houndoom on the field. Dodges Will-O-Wisp, gets an Earthquake. I mean, that is really unfortunate Will-O-Wisp miss. You would have certainly lived the Earthquake afterwards. Damn. Houndoom just gone. That sucks. But this Calm Mind Celebi might just go to the moon. HumYum does the Doug Trio with HP Bug on it, which could potentially make a miracle happen. And we've got to suss out the set. It is Calm Mind Leech, which I've got to say is rising in popularity a lot. This is the same damn 1v1 situation as last set in Calamite vs Darth Tyros. Calm Mind Blissey versus a Calm Mind Leech Celebi. What are the odds of that? HumYum not choosing to play this 1v1, just exiting to Claydol. Can Claydol live this Giga Drain and explode? It's possible, to be honest. Can't live HP Grass, though. I don't think it would have lived a Giga Drain either at that stage. HP Bug gonna do a lot of damage, and since it's not Giga Drain, you're not healing back, so maybe that HP Bug is enough to bring this to the point of losing to Blissey? I don't know. HumYum is against the wall here. Tournament life on the line right now. Going for the 1v1 after all. I guess what that HP Bug did was earn you a bit of turns to start ramping up your boosts. Perhaps. But look at this. The Celebi's all the way back up to full health. Leech Seed heals so much when you target a Blissey with it, because it has such high base HP. This is not a terrible 1v1 for Blissey, though. It is so bulky that it is kind of favored in going for crits, because even a crit from Celebi, I don't know. I think if Blissey's at full, I don't believe the crit will KO. I don't know the numbers of that exactly. But with Ice Beam, you have the freeze chance and the crit chance on your side. Oh, Stratos left the premises. These guys are unsure of whether they want to play these 1v1s or not, and then... Okay. Good, probably a good trade at this point. You don't need Celebi as badly as Blissey. Blissey could go for an Ice Beam against this Flygon here if it wants to, taking an Earthquake in the process, but still, worth it, maybe, to take Flygon out. Gyarados. I don't know if Gyarados can quite deal 38 to Blissey. It might not. HumYum going to go to Suicune anyway. Clicked Earthquake. Maybe it doesn't have HP Fly. Maybe it has HP Rock. Comes in on a Taunt. That's such a good play to come in and get a Chip Heal. And now you certainly live. After that Chip Heal. I can't believe you played around Taunt right there. I don't know how intentional that was, but what a way to squeeze in that extra Chip Heal. That's crazy. And you just live Psychic and you're all the way back. Now, the Celebi could still win it. Missing that Leech Seed sucks a little bit, but you'll eventually get it. That's alright. Alright, well now Blissy's ahead in the Carmines, and you got to click Leaf Seed again. That gives you a couple extra chances, and you're a little bit ahead. We've got a Carmine War happening. Sandless Mirror, by the way, I'd like to point out. And Blissy's about to achieve max boosts in just one more turn. This 1v1 situation, they're both trying to avoid it because it's a little bit... There's variance involved in 1v1 situations like this. With the multiple turns, there's crit chances, freeze chances. It's dicey. You don't want this to... That's just an immediate crit, okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. HumYum back in the game. After unfortunately losing on time in game 1. Got a bit bailed out in this one. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes these games are hard to evaluate in terms of who got luckier. I don't know. But regardless, it's a game 3. And the fans rejoice at the sight of more gaming, of course. HumYum once again bringing in Skarmory early. Trying to establish layers as quickly as she can. And going for a roar. Checking for a mag, perhaps. But got body slammed in the process there. Actually, a pretty good body slam from Stratos. Going back Skarmory was a good move too on the Snorlax. I would really not be surprised to see a mag, but judging by how he's played so far, it seems maybe a tad unlikely. Perhaps this Snorlax has Focus Punch or something else to pressure Skarmory. Didn't click it though. Sorry, that was my Steam notification. That was not yours. And that appears to be some sort of mixed Salamence. So, and with Jirachi here, it doesn't look like a mag team necessarily. Still could be. Still could be a long play. A long bluff from Stratos. Attempting to disguise the archetype, but not necessarily a mag team. What we might see here is some sort of heal bell user maybe to support Snorlax. I don't know. Gets Dugtrio in on the Jirachi. That was pretty risky. Dugtrio could have gotten Fire Punch burned, but it's only a 20% chance, and with Body Slam not on this Jirachi, it's not a bad move to go straight to Dugtrio against the Jirachi. Body Slam is the biggest threat to a Dugtrio, as the getting paralyzed is 60% and it completely ruins your ability to 1v1, but HumYum is crucially eliminated that Jirachi, which is an important defensive piece. And still has some Dugtrio health. Maybe with some gaming you can eliminate Tar as well. Possibly. I have a feeling this is going to be a long one. Both of these players favoring some slowish teams so far. Game 1 was pretty fast paced, but a good brick break. Good brick break right there. That dealt 50, by the way. That's quite a lot of damage considering mixed ments. Usually does like 40 something. I'm not risking taking another one that could KO. You want to preserve Blissey, of course. Trying to bring Blissey into something that doesn't do as much damage, and you should be able to heal against this Tyranitar that has Flamethrower revealed. Still doesn't want to risk it, though. Still not risking it. A lot of switching taking place. Just clicking Raw, trying to reveal that last Mon, maybe. Because that could be the deal breaker. Can't heal against Snorlax. Snorlax is threatening too much damage. Probably going back to Skarm again. Stratos could have a Suicune. Could be a Suicune in that last Pokeball. That was quite a stay. That stay was quite bold. You would have lived a Fire Blast and Toxic to this, which absolutely could be worth it in the long run. But luckily, Stratos decided to go for the mid-ground Dragon Claw, covering a switch out. So Skarmory gets to have his cake and eat it too, folks. taking little damage and permanently crippling the enemy Salamence, which is a massive threat. That might even be a game-winning play right there. That didn't look like much, but that's a game-winning move. Okay, choosing to heal, actually. Well, there you go. The Snorlax went for Curse. Blissey now back to fruition, back to health. Very important to keep Blissey healthy. Now, this could be awkward. I wonder if this is Curse Boom Snorlax. That could be possible, but it would be a bit strange, I'll admit. HumYum double checking. By going Celebi, double checking for like Focus Punch. Curse Focus Punch is a set you see sometimes to pressure Skarmory. Could also be Curse Boom. As a plan to eliminate Skarmory, because that does one-hit KO. I'm just checking. A big crit right there. No full para though. But Skarm is now very low, only on 8%. And paralyzed, meaning Protect is no longer as reliable as you would like. Going into not even risking a Protect right there. But good move going to Claydol. Shrugging off a Brick Break. Completely. Stay again. Actually went for an Earthquake, expecting a switch out. That's, yeah, the Pursuitar could come in or something. Just throw it out there. Throw out another one. Salamence doesn't want to take too much toxic damage. Of course. Rock Slide on the Claydol. That's pretty bad in this matchup. That's good against, like, you know, Charizard, Moltres, Zapdos, stuff like that. But doesn't hit anything here. Good Pursuit. Good Pursuit bringing Skarm even lower. 16% is not much, but when Skarm's so low, that 16% is valuable. Blissey soft boilding, just in case Tyranitar went for Brick Break or something. Set unrevealed, of course. Could easily be Brick Break on Pursuit Tar. It's a common move. Could even be Focus Punch. Stratos not giving up information so easily, though. Going back to Celebi, nervous to sacrifice Skarm at this stage. Could bring it back in on an Earthquake or something. Chip heal a bit more. Healing up. But this is Pursuit Tar, you're staring down. You might be in trouble. Missing a Leech Seed. Oh dear. Now, if you HP Grass this, you have a Dug follow-up. That could be something. Eliminate this Tar. Makes Claydol safer. But how important is Claydol, really? And Crunch doing well over half of your health, so you can't quite 1v1 the guy. But there are still Pursuit Mind games happening. HumYum switching out now, correct. Playing around the Crunch Pursuit Mind games in full force, but she got out of there. The Celebi's still alive. It's still alive on 55%, that's massive. That's pretty important to Leech Seed Snorlax. Especially when Skarm is so low and cannot check Snorlax for much longer. Snorlax usually paired with Magneton for Skarmory, but in this game, Stratos has not had that much trouble beating down this Skarmory, especially with that early para. But Skarmory very commonly gets parried by Snorlax just because it comes in on Body Slam so many times throughout a game. And paralyzing Skarmory is a great way to break through the thing. Just got some crucial chip on Suicune too. Forcing a Roar. Snorlax is now the big boss. Getting through Snorlax is going to be the big thing here. One of those Pokemon that can just solo on its own in the right situation. Pretty good switch into Dug on the Curse. You're going to get a free Earthquake in. But you just got a crit. I gotta say, that's pretty lucky. Said my bad in the chat. That's good manners. Stratos has a sense of humor about it. Said LMAO in the chat. That Snorlax was such a problem. HumYum let out the biggest sigh of relief of all time right there. The universe said, you know what? Biggest threat to your team? I'm going to erase that one from the history books for you. Let's just pretend that's not there anymore. That'll be alright. Does Stratos have any chance at this point? Does have a Suicune in the back. It could be a Suicune versus Suicune endgame. That's what it's looking like. The problem, though, HumYum's has Roar, meaning it can roar out the enemy's Carmine boosts. But if Suicune's the last Pokemon remaining on Stratos' side, there's no risk of it getting roared out, is there? So that could be the game plan now. That, by the way, was an opportunity to maybe snipe the Suicune with an explosion. Didn't quite happen like that. Risky move to make, of course. Stratos does have some tools to pressure this Suicune, certainly. And I gotta give some respect. I mean, the Doug Earthquake crit was lucky, but that is an example of identifying an out and going for it. Coming in on the curse was a good move. And sometimes the universe rewards you for that, you know? Many players would not have identified such a move and not been given the opportunity to get lucky in the first place, you know what I mean? But of course, it was also lucky. We were not going to mince words or anything. Stratos trying to... The Pursuit Tire is pretty nice. So, good to chip heal it up as much as you can. And then pivot Claydol back in. Back Tyranitar on... You just... This is expert chip heal gaming. Sometimes chip healing can be epic. Look at the Tyranitar back up to 50% off hard reads. Just off... It's just absolutely struggling for any kind of advantage. Trying to claw this one back after an unfortunate scenario. And the Claydol still has an explosion in the back pocket, as does HumYum's though. Oh yeah, just click Rapid Spin to pass a turn, alright. What if you go Salamence now on an explode? If HumYum trades with this Claydol, that's Christmas morning for HumYum. No more risk of Suicune dying. Whoa. Bringing Tyrion on a Psychic chip healing once again. Now you can probably live an Earthquake and Crunch if you want. I don't know the numbers. It might not be quite enough. Maybe you need one more chip heal. Or it's a roll. Ah, that sucks a little bit. Skarm is living now. Dodging Rock Slide. Come on, dude. He said come on in the chat. Give me something. Skarm gets to live after all this? After all that's happened? Uh-oh. Okay, that was a pretty good move by HumYum though. You can squeeze it in the extra chip heal. Skarmory back to 20% somehow. 22% even. This is quite a game. It's getting messy. But look how much this Tyranitar is healed. 69%? Can we give it up for this Tyranitar? Absolutely fiending for that apple core at every possible avenue. Squeezing in every opportunity to eat an apple core. Alright, this Mixments has one more turn of gaming left in the tank. Stratos decides probably better to just save it for a sack later. That's gonna fall to poison and sand next time it comes in. I wonder if this Claydol doesn't even have explosion this whole time. That would be possible. Torque Suicune could make some stuff happen. Is Carmine Blissey again, though? It's Carmine Blissey again. Is that revealed after turn 83? Yeah, that was disguised the entire time. I mean, Bolt Bliss is a bit... T-Bolt Bliss a bit of a giveaway on that, but you sometimes see T-Bolt on non-Carmine sets. Are we going to play for this 1v1? Go for the pressure stall? It's not bad. It's not bad as an out. It's something. There's a chance at victory there. Probably... I'll go for a surf. Has to rest up. Hopefully you roll some Calm Minds from Sleep Talk here. Let's go fast mode for this one, because this end game could take a while. Fairly similar teams here, you know? I mean, one has spikes, one doesn't. But both have some sort of bulky win condition and a fairly slow pace. And often in these kinds of mirror matches, it comes down to stuff like this, these annoying Carmine wars. And getting good luck at the right time. You're maxed out on boosts, but Thunderbolt is dealing quite a lot. I think you just get 3 hit. But you might roll Surf crits or something. That didn't crit, and it has to crit. Crit? No. And now Suicune's gone. That was your last hope. That was it. And there's the forfeit. From Stratos. A strong player that went out pretty early in this tournament. It happens. But HumYum progresses forth. A newcomer being given an opportunity, a rare opportunity. Stratos, he's had his tournament wins. He's had his moments in the sun. HumYum, they've said, here you go. You get an opportunity. Prove yourself. Move forward. Can you do it? In the Sapphire bracket. Can you win? We'll have to see. Well played. Despite the good luck, you found the avenue, the out. In a bad Snorlax matchup, and you made it happen. I look forward to the future. What did you guys think of this one? Interesting one, wasn't it? Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.